Good morning, good-looking people. And you're good-looking because you're always looking and, of course, finding the good. I hope you're well. It's Thursday. It's almost Shabbos. And we're going to go over the Hayom Yom of today. Today is the 27th of Iyar, and it is the 42nd day of the Omer. So please remember to be counting the Omer. So for many years in reading this Hayom Yom, I always looked at it as great. It's a quick two-liner. We get through it, move on, and we'll go to the next one. But today, spent a little bit more time trying to access a little bit more of the background. And if you hang in there, I'll share with you a much deeper concept that's behind this one or two lines that we've been breezing through for many, many years. So let's start with a concept which was from yesterday's Chumash, where it says, Ve'ela told us Aaron and Moshe, that these are the generations of Aaron and Moshe, and then it really only talks about Aaron's children and not Moshe's children. So what Rabbi Gordon shared in yesterday's Chumash is that what it says in Rashi is if somebody teaches Torah to somebody else's son, it's as if he bore him too. So by teaching Torah to somebody else's children, it's like you're their father or their grandfather, and it's all connected. Let's look at the Hayom Yom for the day, and then I'll give you a little bit more explanation. It says in the Hayom Yom, my revered father, the Rebbe Rashab, related that he heard from his father, the Rebbe Maharash, that the Tzemach Tzedek heard the Alter Rebbe referring to himself as the son of the Maggid of Mezrich and the grandson of the Baal Shem Tov. So the key here is that the Alter Rebbe considered himself a grandson of the Baal Shem Tov. However, he was not a physical grandson of the Baal Shem Tov, and the Baal Shem Tov had many grandchildren. So what is really going on here? So to break it down and not to get too complicated, the Baal Shem Tov and the Alter Rebbe had two different ways. The Baal Shem Tov, the teachings of Hasidus was more of a supernatural, more about concepts of your soul being connected through bitachon, through emunah, through simcha. And the Alter Rebbe's Hasidus was through what we call Chabad Hasidus, which is more intellectual, that being able to create an intellectual way of learning and going through all these different concepts to connect to our soul. And why that's important is there is a concept of children and grandchildren and how they pass down different characteristics and personalities of their parents and grandparents. Some may say that the children just extend those personalities and extend those characteristics. But also, it's not only that. What's being brought out today is that it's not only about continuing those personalities and characteristics, it's also about your ability to expand. So if you were to look and summarize based on today, some people can't connect on a spiritual level. They may say, hey, I'm not very spiritual. I don't have that type of connection, which is fine. And it's real. That's probably most of us. However, by approaching the Alter Rebbe's way and creating an intellectual system, some of us might enjoy learning a Sikha or something on the Parsha, and a Maimer, or Tanya, or whatever it may be, that through this intellectual process, they feel more connected. And that is the key of the day. That you don't have to be the spiritual person, and by also adopting the intellectual way of the Alter Rebbe, through these learnings, you will then gain access to this core of this supernatural way that you may have never been connected. So I know there's a lot here. To simplify it is, first of all, by learning, sometimes we may not feel that passion and feel like we're not being connected, but really we are. And the more we learn and the more we understand what we're learning, that's going to allow us access to other levels of in our soul being connected, and that also on a concept level that not only can we be connected and expand and extend our grandparents and our parents' personalities, we can actually expand on them. We can go past them. We can use them and stand on their shoulders to go further and further. So I know this was a very complicated Hayom Yom. It should have been just a quick one-liner that the Alter Rebbe was considering himself the grandson of the Baal Shem Tov, but I hope understanding a little bit more deeper what was really going on behind this Hayom Yom helps open up your eyes a little bit to what's going on behind the scenes. Have a wonderful day, have a spiritual day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All the best.